What's going on, everybody? It's Top Bets. We're checking back in. We have our live show here for the Wells Fargo Championship. We are back after a 2-week hiatus after the Masters. We did not want to touch the Zurich Classic and then the what was last week? The Byron Nelson.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we stood far away from it for the live show, but we are back. We appreciate you guys tuning back in as we dive into the Wells Fargo Championship. We also want to preview the PGA Championship, major number 2 coming at you guys next week. So we'll be here same time, same place. You can find us on YouTube, Twitch, or on X. So if you guys are out there, would love to hear from you guys in the comments. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, or if you're on Twitch, leave a comment. Appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, I'm here with Bet with the Boys, aka Teaser Nation. How are we feeling, buddy?
Good. Yeah, like you said, couple down weeks. We kind of didn't want to go. I betted a little bit. I know VIP we profited a little bit last week, but it was nothing too special. A couple tournament matchups went our way, but yeah, it was. Ben Cole's guy kind of choked it. Didn't really watch much until the end. He duffed the chip to kind of lose it. But yeah, congrats to Pendrith. I mean, looking back on it, he kind of fit the course. It should have been kind of obvious as a long shot, but we'll move on. Hopefully we can get it outright this week. Should be a little easier with Scheffler not in the tournament. So hopefully we can finally nail one. I think it's going to be one of the favorites for one of the signature events. So hopefully one of us will get it.
I continue to say it's either Scheffler or a long shot this year. And I continue to not bet a long shot or Scheffler. So it's been a fun outright year for me. It's just one of those crazy years that, did not start as hot as I want to. But, hey, we got probably 3/4 of the way to go still. A little bit halfway. And we got plenty more golf to bet on. So let's get after it with the Wells Fargo. And if you guys have just tuned in for the first time, usually what we do is kind of like bounce things off one another. Nothing official. We're going to have our official cards out on Wednesday evening. And then for me, my round by round matchups are with my subscribers, which you can join below for 50% off. Use code ODT50. And we go through Dub Club. So make sure you guys get on there for the subscribers for round by round matchups. But we'll talk outrights, top 10s, top 20s, and then overall tournament matchups as we go, and then sprinkle in a little DFS advice as I think there are a couple of edges here, especially with Ludwig being out this week. So ownership is going to be condensed even more around certain people. But I do think there are some sleepers here that we can target. So you want to get after it with the course and what stats we should basically be looking at for our guys.
Yeah. So it's a pretty good tournament every year. They used for the President's Cup, I think in 2022, Quail Hollow. Pretty hard course as well. It's really, we see like the best players. I mean, this year it's a signature event again, so we'll kind of see the best players contend. Usually, like the elite guys will be at the top of the leaderboard. Sprinkle in some, lower guys, but mostly the main guys play well here, like in majors. This course kind of rewards longer hitters off the tee, good tee to green hitters or drivers of the ball. And then elite tee to green players who can score mostly on par 4s, 450 plus, a lot of par 4s that are long here. And then kind of long irons that'll leave you with a lot of long irons. So you need to kind of be, elite at 175 out, and then also scramble when you need to. Kind of plays like a major, like I said. So you'll need to save par, just to kind of keep your round going at some points during the tournament. And then course history, there's 8 players who avoided missing a cut here. Rory, which we'll obviously talk about, plays well here, probably the best course history. Xander fits his game well. JT, Power, Seamus Power, English, Connors, and Webb Simpson, kind of surprisingly. So yeah, just to highlight Rory McIlroy, he's won here 3 times, 2 finishes outside the top 10 and 9 appearances. So he's really all on the field, especially with the signature expect him to be here again. And then with Scheffler not in the field, I could see him picking up his first win or his second, including the Zurich, however you want to count that win. But
right.
A couple course comps, I would kind of go Torrey Pines because it's premium on driving distance, and you need to be good tee to green with the rough being pretty penal in both places, and then Riviera as well. A lot of leaderboard overlap there. Max Homa, JT, and then again. So really the key stats, just to kind of summarize it all: driving distance is going to be key. Bogey avoidance is a good one. Par 4, 450 plus. And then obviously strokes gain approach is always a good one, and proximity 175 plus. So yeah, it's really just the guys who are elite tee to green is what we're going to be looking at this week. So
just get your notepads out after that. Give you all the information that you need right there.
Yeah.
But for this tournament, basically it does play a little bit harder. There has been a couple years where I think last year was like -19 finish for Wyndham, and I think Rory's won it like -10. But usually, other than that, it's a very low scoring affair here at Quail Hollow. So just to kind of get ready for, I kind of like this that there's a signature event before a major, not afterwards. So pretty good scheduling here from the PGA, and then. So let's get into some outrights, and you're going to do some top 20s and top 10s, or what do you think?
I'm maybe top 20s. We'll see. There's not really much value in the 20 market, but I think I'm going to try to find one or two. Top 10s. I think you and I both will probably try to get one or two in there as well.
Yeah. So let's just go through it. I think I'm going off the DraftKings board here, and right off the bat, obviously Rory at plus 650. I just think with his track record, you can't take that because he's very, very prone to just botching a first round and soaring back. So I'd probably lay off of Rory pre-tournament on anything, placement wise. I mean, if you really want to take something, you can take top 5 for plus 170, but ultimately, I'm probably just going to live bet maybe a top 10 for Rory. I think that's the easiest bet of the weekend. If you can get plus money somehow at a top 10, hopefully, he sucks first round and then you can kind of do it live. But that's probably the best, value you'll find from Rory. Then you got Xander and Wyndham Clark, who should absorb a ton of ownership on both DFS. Do you think any one of those? Do you think Wyndham can repeat? And do you think Xander can actually win?
Yeah, I think more of Wyndham repeat. I think I'm going to be on him outright this week. I mean, we've kind of seen like repeating you can do on the PGA Tour, so it's not like it's not a thing. It's kind of, it can happen. So I do like him this week. I haven't really been on Wyndham a lot this year, but I mean, I think this is kind of a great spot for him. He's obviously still been playing good this year. I mean, RBC, he got sneaky top 3 there, but I mean, he got first last year and then a T43 in 21 and a miscut in 2019, but he's clearly a different player. That was kind of before everything noted, like what we've seen on Netflix and all that. So obviously he's a different player. So I think I would kind of go that route. I think Xander would be more of a good top 10 like usual, but it's only plus 105. So I also would probably try to wait live on that as well. I don't think I would take him with the given odds. I think, what is he at? He's plus 9 to 1. I don't think I would ever do that on Xander. Yeah. So.
I mean, the long term, he got second here last year. I think 20th the year before, or his 14th, 72nd, and 24th. So I mean, plays well, but he plays well everywhere. He's one of the best golfers in the world. He just doesn't win. So I think there is some good value at plus 105, top 10. But I think once again, maybe take a live bet on Xander to finish top 10 at a different number, maybe a higher number there. Then we move into, I think Wyndham has a chance. Always strikes me to be a little bit more pessimistic when someone can repeat. So, right. But I'll have a good amount of him in DFS. And then you go down to that next tier where you got Cantlay, Homa, and Thomas. What do you think there? And Morikawa.
Out of those, I mean, I've seen a lot of people on JT this week. He does play well here. I probably will tend like another guy who's won here is Homa. We kind of saw him, didn't really play well at RBC. Didn't expect him to after the Masters kind of hangover. Plus, it doesn't really fit his game as well, RBC. So I look for him to kind of bounce back. Couple weeks of rest. I mean, he's won here twice, 2 firsts, and then last year a top 10. So I think in that range, I think he's for sure a bet for me at 22-1 or whatever he is now. So yeah, he's another guy. Just loves the course. He's a horse for course type guy. So
yeah, plus 200 top 10, not bad there. I like that value. Cantlay, man, it's just him and Xander in the same tournament, signature event, both top 5 in the ratings or in the rankings, basically. So both of them are going to be up there. They're just going to be up there, but they're not going to win. I think I'm going to go with more JT and DFS. I think overall that's the best way to do it. Morikawa, man. Every time I can't get this guy right. Every time I bet him, he shits down his leg, and then every time I don't, he's in top 10. So this week I feel like I'm just going to fade him. So you should 100% play him in all of your lineups. Everybody should just do that. I mean, there's someone that I just can't get right whatsoever. So what do you think about Colin? Play him or not?
I mean, I'm just never a guy. I don't know. I never tend to play him anywhere really. It's not even like a bias type thing. It's just hard to play him. I mean, he is playing very well. It's just tough with the putter, and you just never know what you're going to get with him. So I don't know about the price this week. I guess the kind of time, like he hasn't won either. So it's like I don't really have trust in him to win. So I mean, I could see him playing well. It's just when he's in contention on a Saturday, Sunday, like he had a great chance at RBC. Obviously, I don't think he would have beat Scheffler, but on a Sunday, after the rain delay and stuff in the water on the par 3, like he just doesn't seem to find his game in contention. So, I don't like the outright on him. I think he could play well, but
yeah. Then we got our next 4 here. We got Hovland, Fleetwood, Theegala, and Cam Young. What I like Hovland. I think it's pretty outrageous to say after the last time we saw him was the epic meltdown on 18 at the Masters and just basically couldn't get out of town quick enough. Then, I think that leaves a lot of sour taste in people's mouths. And the DFS community, I know people fade after that stuff. So I think that's a pretty good pivot point here, depending on his ownership when it comes in tomorrow. But I think Hovland can sneak it. If he sneaks in somehow, some way under 10%, I think you got to go very, very over the field here. As he's shown top 10 ability. He had a third here a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with going back to Victor this week. Do you agree with me there or no?
I like the course fit for him. It's scary because he hasn't. Yeah. It's scary because I just don't know where his game's at. We've heard a lot about him this year off the courses, switching coaching. He's been talking about how his short game has felt bad. Like it's everything but like producing on the course. So I don't know where mentally he's at either. I just I'm not going to be mad if he, top 20s or top 10s and I'm not on him. So I think that's really like you said, I think he will not be heavily owned this week. And if you want to get risky, I think it's a risk that could work out or it could not pay off. So
because there's really truly no reason to play him from it. I mean, besides course history, but his recent form is horrendous and it's not ideal to target. So that's why I'm hoping to get a little bit less ownership, just a little bit different from the field. Fleetwood, I haven't got to him much yet. I'm going to try to see if someone can convince me to, but I haven't got to him. But I really like Theegala this week. What are your thoughts on Sahith?
Yeah, I don't mind him either. Another can be sketchy off the tee at times. I think only played here once last year, tied 56. So, I mean, he made the cut, but didn't really do much on the weekend. He's kind of a tricky one for me. I mean, he's starting to come on as one of those elite guys, but there's something, off the tee that kind of scares me. Obviously, you have to be elite tee to green here. There's some weeks where, he is that elite guy, but he some weeks where he just can't seem to find a fairway or, put it together off the tee. So he's always one for me that's a little tricky to cap in ways like that. But on paper, he should be a decent fit for this course. So I don't mind him this week as well.
4 top 10s in his last 7.
Yeah, and he's been hot too coming in. So yeah.
So if you want to take a flyer plus 260 on his top 10, go right ahead. 4 out of 7. His recent form is very, very nice. 25 to 1 on DK, not bad. Cam Young, man, I don't know why I'm not getting to him. But this is your guy. You tell me, you on him or not?
Once again, another should be course fit.
Exactly.
2 years ago, tied second. I remember that. I think he kind of sold again, like he does a lot. I think that was the year. Was that the year Homa won? I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, that was the year Homa won, and Yin Young came tied second. Yeah, I mean he's another one. Wouldn't take more than a top 20 on him. I mean I've gotten burned. He's probably like the most money I've burned on outrights on any golfer, just because I kind of have I just want to get that first win, and it just never pans out.
Right.
I'm at the point where I just can't. I got to stop saying I can see him win somewhere because he can't win. Like it's just a point where he just can't win yet. And I like the top 20 tournament matchups, top 10. Take whatever you like besides the outright. So.
Mm-hmm. All right. So then we go into the 4,000s. So let's just consider these more long shot guys. So Benny Hahn. Benny Hahn's at 35 to 1. I forgot to mention that. And he's one of my good. I think he's one of the better plays of the week. Plus 350 top 10 he's able to. He drives the hell out of the ball. And he's in pretty good recent form. So I'm okay with Benny Hahn this week. And then going into the 4,000 range, anybody stick out to you there? I know Jaeger's been playing pretty well for us recently. I think we've both been on him for a while. Jordan Spieth in this is like crazy, but at 40 to 1.
Yeah, he's going to be a fade for me. You just mentioned Benny on, but that's one of the tournament matchups this week. I'll probably take him over Spieth. Yeah, Spieth's a no-go. So, he has some issues right now. Can't keep the ball in play, really.
I think he's just truly hurt, and he's not going to continue, or he's going to just continue to play, which he's just not going to win if you're going to be hurt.
Also, the wrist thing, like you said, there could be the wrist, but he just can't put the ball in play. Like he just missed the cut at the Byron Nelson. That's kind of pretty embarrassing for a guy like him. You don't make a cut at, basically your home course as well. He lives right there. There's got to be something up. Just a fade till I guess further notice until he kind of sees some form. And then go into the 50s. I like Harris English. He kind of pops up on major type courses. We kind of see him harder courses. Corey Connors plays well here.
Gotta go with my boy Corey. Got to.
I see myself doing that a lot this year, which I don't like, but
I feel like I've just kind of put him on you. I put him on. And then you're like,
yeah, Corey I know.
Connors. It just rolls off the tongue. Corey Connors. You gotta play him.
Yeah, he fits
a long iron shot, a long iron course. Yeah, you got to play him there.
Yeah, no, I think I agree. It's just tough. He fits a lot of courses. That's the crazy part, and he doesn't play bad necessarily every time I take him. It's just he doesn't do enough to get like a top 20. He's always in that high 20s, 30s range. He just doesn't make enough putts or has some stupid bogeys. It's always the short game with him. If he has a great week short game wise, he's going to be top 10 probably. So, right.
All right. So let's go to the long shots. So these are the people that are actually going to win, because the what we just said before doesn't matter unless they're under 10 to 1. Everybody 8,000 or 80 to 1 and below. These are the guys that are going to win. So who do you actually think will win this tournament?
In the long shot range?
Well, that's what's been winning, so that's what's going to win.
Yeah, I guess this week, let's say, there's not. I generally. Oh man, I mean, Jake Knapp could be a decent one, like a sleeper. Played well last week.
Yep.
I don't think he's going to win, but he could be, top of the leaderboards. I don't. Let me see who else we got. I feel like sneaky play, maybe Keegan Bradley as well. I know he's not as of a long shot. And then really, yeah, I'm looking through this, and it's, I guess, 80-1 for Keegan Bradley's. Yeah, but anyone else, I just can't see winning or kind of fitting in here. But
we just have to find somebody, right? We have to.
We have to, yeah. So I'm gonna just point to Brendan Todd.
See? Yeah, he's gonna win. There it is. Yeah. We'll wrap the show up. Brendan Todd. Right. That's what he's gonna do.
Right.
No, the one guy that I've seen down here that has a pretty good, I mean, an okay course history and whatnot. Mackenzie Hughes isn't terrible here at 80-1. I think he's been playing better golf as of late. I mean, Eric Cole, even though I hate that guy, he's
he's tough to.
And then you got Seamus Power, who absolutely wrecked me last week. And what do we say? We got to go back to him. So if you're going to take, I mean, I'll sprinkle his outright. I'll absolutely sprinkle it. But what do you think of maybe Grillo? What about Ben Coles? 300-1.
Yeah. He should have won last week. He's going to go back to back.
Yeah, go back to shitting down his leg on 18. We'll see. But I mean, realistically, I'm probably not going past Shane Lowry, which it's just always my crux, because I feel like these are the guys down here that I need to take more flyers on, especially the way that the season's going. But it's hard to justify these guys. So if I do find any more, I'll tweet some out or give them out in the Discord. So I'll see which ones pop up. Maybe ownership comes through on some long shot DFS guys, and something pops and says, oh, well, maybe Nick Taylor is a player, Adam Hadwin's a player, or Justin Rose, whichever one. So we'll see. We'll let you guys know. But yeah, that basically wraps up the outright there, and who has a legit chance to win. Do you got any top 20s that you're seeing? I know that it's really tough market with the signature.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at, if I'm scrolling through now, I mean, Cam Young at plus 100. It's a little steep. At even Sahith at plus 100. It's just tough. I mean, there's not really any value there. I still don't ever take like a minus top 20. So I still can't see any value on like Homa minus 125. I just can't really get there on a minus top 20. I would say this week could be like a potential live chance for top 20s. Say if like Max Homa started one over or something, just kind of hop on him live or something like that, or throughout the weekend. But yeah, really, I would say we haven't really talked about Zalatoris yet.
I honestly just put him in. I was just typing his name because I was like, wait. Tough course, long irons, Willie Z. Why do we not said his name yet?
Yeah, he comes off good outing at the Masters, shaky at RBC. Good 2 weeks off, I believe, I think he played in Zurich. I didn't really pay attention.
He played at the RBC, so 2 weeks off.
Okay, yeah, so I didn't. Okay, so Zurich he skipped, Byron skipped, withdrew from the Byron, I believe. So probably wasn't feeling right. I think 2 weeks notice or 2 weeks rest with him should be a good thing.
Quitting your job?
Yeah, 2 weeks. I mean, shit. But yeah, we saw him at the Masters. He played well. And then kind of when he's played back-to-back this year, he's been shaky the second week. So just with the rest with him is, I think, what we're looking for. So plus 130 there is pretty good value on him. I mean, it's just he's a great elite guy. Just it's really with the back and how it's been healing and, how it's feeling. So I kind of like him.
Yeah, not bad.
He only has a missed cut in 2021. Surprised.
Mm-hmm. He's played well.
But yeah, he's coming in pretty good form. It's once again fits the narrative of the course. It's a major type vibe. Good off the tee, long iron specialist. Also, surprisingly, like I just looked through his stats. I mean, on the par threes, that's where he kind of excels and makes a lot of birdies. So that's like another key around here. A lot of long par threes. So yeah, I like him as well. Top 20.
I'm going to go back to the outrights real quick. And Adam Schenk at 55-1. Probably not going to make it to win it, but I think he's got a good chance here. I think his top 20 is pretty good. He's been playing very, very good golf. I targeted him a lot last week in matchups. I think I went 2-0 with him on there, but plus 180, top 20. Give me some shank. I think he's been. I think he's going to be able to play this golf course pretty well here. But probably my favorite top 20. Plus 100 Thigala, and then you have Benny Hahn. Plus 140. That's another great one there. Then probably going down to Corey Connors plus 170. What do you think of Shane Lowry plus 190?
I don't mind him. I'm obviously coming off Zurich. Obviously, I know they won. Didn't really watch much or how he played. I don't know who carried who, but hasn't really played here really much. Had a missed cut last year. I don't know if I think I might stay away from him. Not really the greatest course fit. I think that's one guy I'm going to stay off of. I
gotcha. All right, so we got. Let's look at some tournament matchups. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll look at those. They're kind of bare on DraftKings. Hopefully, they put a little more up tomorrow. But it looks like I guess this is about 10 or 12 on here. The one we kind of talked about already. It's just minus 120 over Spieth. That's a no-brainer to me. That's just kind of playing a guy who's been better recent form and fading a guy who's just been pretty bad as of late. So, and then I guess we didn't really look at On's recent here, but actually he's been really bad here. Miscut, withdraw. But I would say he's a little different player this year. Obviously good recent form, so don't mind
him. I just found somebody that's pretty doesn't have great course history, but has been playing very, very good golf. And that would be Alex Noren.
Yeah.
Classic 9, Players 19th, Houston Open 11, Valero 14th, 23rd, Puttana, and then 3 at the Byron last week. Guy that's playing very, very good golf, and he's very good off the tee. So I'm just looking at some sleepers there, but I think he's a good one to target. I just saw him minus 120 over Henley.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad one. Not a bad one to target there.
Yeah, that one, Benny on, and then they had to put Wyndham and Homa together, which sucks because I really wanted to take one of those, but I like both of them, so got to stay away from that. Can't leave Fleetwood, kind of same thing. Actually, I didn't even see this one. I don't like being on a placement and tournament matchup on one guy, but Zalatoris plus 105 over Finau. That's just value, and it's right there staring. Finau, I'm always seeming to kind of fade him this year. He plays decent here. Played a lot here. 23rd, 41, miscut, 60, 21st. So nothing too special. He's kind of been very inconsistent this year. So hoping he has one of his bad weeks off the tee like he's kind of had this year.
Well, last two that I'm probably looking at, possibly going Harris English over Adam Scott. And then Thigala over Thomas. So minus 120 over Thomas. But that's pretty tough when you got Thomas, pretty good course history, but rocking the recent form over JT's history, I think. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's tough with JT too. It's like these guys are like, I don't know, feels like he's been coming back to life this year, but then again, it's like hasn't really been doing much, kind of been sneaking on leaderboards, and then other weeks it's like, what do we get the last year JT? So it is difficult to know where these guys are, but I do like that as well. And then I guess, these are kind of bare, but I also like English over Scott plus 105 as well. Another, like we talked about, English kind of pops up. I know Scott got a top 5 here last year, and he's a pain to go against in matchups. I don't know if you've ever been on like a tournament matchup fading him, but it's like he makes every 12-foot par putt. It's insane. He always is saving par, but you can't really. I think
I was on him round 2, and I ended up pushing his matchup. So, I feel your pain there. Feel your pain.
Yeah.
But all right. So any closing thoughts here? We went over some outrights. We went over top 10s and some top 20s and some good DFS pivots that I think, depending on the ownership that comes out tomorrow night, I think we should be good. But any final thoughts that you got for the audience?
Yeah, I mean, this week it's going to be a good one. Hopefully we get an outright, hopefully Wyndham, maybe Max Homa, whoever. We just got to get something. But the placements, I would we're going into a couple big tournaments, so PGA next week, kind of roll right into that, get some bankroll for that. So it should be a good one, and then look forward to next week as well. We'll have a long ass podcast for that one.
Oh yeah, usually we go about an hour on the majors, about an hour. So we'll be back next week, same time, same place at 7:30 Central Time. Let's get after the Wells Fargo Championship. If you have any additional questions, if you're watching the replay, leave a comment below. We'll give you a comment back. If you want to join the Discord, join below. And if you just want to say what's up, make sure you just retweet this on Twitter. So appreciate you guys tuning in. We will see you guys next week. Let's cash some tickets.